start by calling the order first, right? All right, I'd like to call this meeting of the Sacramento Transportation Authority to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Member Desmond? Here. Member Frost? Here. Guetta? Harris? Here. Harris? Here. Kowalski? Kennedy? Here. Miller? Natoli? Here. Sandhu? Here. Chenier? Cerna? Avdis? Here. Singh Allen? Speece? Here. Terry? Here. Valenzuela?
Here.
And Vane?
Here.
And you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. If you're able, I'd please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you please read your clerk's statement and public comment announcement?
Yes. In compliance with directives of the County, State, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, this meeting is live streamed and closed to in-person public participation. Temporary procedures are subject to change pursuant to guidelines related to social distancing and minimizing person-to-person contact. To make a verbal comment at today's meeting, dial 916-875-2500 and follow the prompts to be placed in queue for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter. When the chair opens public comment for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter, callers will be transferred from the queue into the meeting to make a verbal comment. Written comments are always accepted. Send your email comment to boardclerk@saccounty.net. Your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the record. This meeting of the Sacramento Transportation Authority is Comcast Live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T U-verse cable systems. This meeting is closed captioned and live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.net. Today's meeting will replay Sunday, April 11th at 2 p.m. on Channel 14. This meeting can also be viewed on Metro 14's YouTube channel. And that concludes my announcements.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Are there any comments from the public regarding matters not on the agenda?
There are no public comments at this time for item number 1.
Great, thank you. I'd now turn it over to our Executive Director for her report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So happy April and welcome to allergy season. So to start off with some sad news, one of our Independent Taxpayer Oversight Committee members, Beth Tincher, is moving out of state and will no longer be qualified to serve on our committee. Authority staff has posted the opening on both the STA and the ITALC websites. So if any board members know someone that would be a good candidate for the position, please direct them to either either website for more information, as her departure is imminent. We thank Beth for her service to the ITALC. And so for some more oversight news, per the Measure A ordinance, the firm providing the annual STA audit can only provide the services for 3 consecutive years. The firm, Crow LLC, has completed its 3-year term, and the ITALC is in the process of selecting a new firm. They will present their recommendation to the governing board when the selection process is completed. Turning to the financial side, Authority staff has hired Economic and Planning Systems Incorporated to develop revenue projections and analyze the current list of land use categories for the Sacramento County-wide Transportation Mitigation Fee Program, or SCTMFP. This effort is expected to take a few months and will result in better revenue estimates for the program, and additionally provide potential recommendations for streamlining the number of our land use categories. The results of the SCTMFP revenue projection updates will lead directly into our annual budget for fiscal year 21-22, which is currently in progress. Staff anticipates bringing the draft budget before the governing board during the May meeting. And finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the recently announced federal infrastructure package. As it currently stands, the bill totaling nearly $2 trillion allocates $621 billion to transportation with the intent of fixing and modernizing our transportation network. For Measure A purposes, there will be $115 billion allocated to fixing our roads and bridges, $85 billion to modernize our transit systems, and $80 billion for commuter rail. There's also an additional $174 billion allocated for upgrading federal government's fleet to all-electric vehicles, creating a national network of electric charging stations, and creating tax incentives and rebates for purchasing an electric vehicle. The bill is currently in the House, and I will keep the board apprised as changes. On top of the potential infrastructure package, the House has authorized the use of earmarks in this year's appropriation bill for the first time in over a decade, with some very specific guidelines. The authority did receive requests to support projects, but we politely declined so we can have a discussion at the board level. Staff are developing parameters and recommendations to be brought to the board at a future meeting. While we missed this year's allocation request, we anticipate this need to be in the future. Madam Chair, this concludes my Executive Director report.
Thank you. Do any members of the authority have any questions for Ms. Drago?
I do not see any hands raised at this time.
Great, thank you. And do we take public comment on this item, Madam Clerk?
There are no public comments at this time on item number 2.
Great, thank you very much. Now moving on to the consent calendar, I'm going to preemptively pull item 6 for an update from staff and then see if any other members would like to remove an item from the consent calendar for discussion.
I do see one hand raised from Member Desmond.
Great.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I'd like to, I don't need to pull it, but agenda item number 4, I'd like to have it read in, and I have a couple questions for staff on that item.
Thank you, Board Member Desmond. I will note that board members did receive a privileged memo from council on item 4, and it's going to be agendized in May, but I don't know, Ms. Drago, if you have anything else you'd like to add.
No, thank you, Madam Chair. That is correct. We intend to agendize this in May for further discussion. This report right now is merely the second quarter of fiscal year 21, if Supervisor Desmond would like to discuss that.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So my question, and if this will be covered in May, that's great. I mean, really my question is about whether this $1 vehicle registration fee is meeting the needs of the members of the authority. I'm hearing more and more from agencies and towers that the increased expense of vehicle abatement is far exceeding the funds that are available. So if that's what we're going to be talking about in May, I'll certainly look forward to the conversation then.
Okay. Sorry, Madam Clerk, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just want to read that item into the record. And this was item number 4, and that was Sacramento Abandoned Vehicle Abatement Program, second quarter fiscal year 2021.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ms. Drago, did you want to respond to that?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So Supervisor Desmond, Jennifer Dahl, our Special Programs Manager, is working with our partner agencies on this, and we will have a full report for you in May on how the need is being met.
Terrific, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Supervisor Desmond. Anybody else have items they'd like to remove? Not.
There are no hand raises at this time.
Great, thank you, Madam Clerk. So I'd like to ask for a motion and a second to approve the consent calendar minus item 6. That's items 3 through 5.
I'm looking.
Second.
I'm sorry, that was a move by Singh Allen. So that was the first by Singh Allen. And the second was by?
Desmond, I was one of them.
Okay. By Desmond. Okay, and I'm going to do a roll call vote. Member Desmond?
Aye.
Frost?
Aye.
Guerra?
Aye.
Harris?
Aye.
Kowalski?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Aye.
Miller?
Aye.
Natoli? Sandoon?
Aye.
Chenier? Avdis?
Aye.
Singh Allen?
Aye.
Spees?
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
Valenzuela,
Yes.
and Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries with Member Chenier and Member Natoli being absent.
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Clerk. For item 6, I'd now like to invite Tim up and ask the clerk to read that item into the record.
Yes, item number 6 is going to be approved Measure A, capital allegations and expenditure contracts.
Great. And so I will pass it over to Tim, and I think I can turn your mic on from here. There we go. Let's try that.
Okay. Can you hear me? Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Tim Jones. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for the Sacramento Transportation Authority. And I'd like to bring to your attention an item number 6 today that contains 3 capital allocation and expenditure contracts, one of which is for the City of Sacramento's downtown intermodal station. And there was a description that was incorporated in the contract that is in the board packet that is dated and needs to be refreshed. And so I would like to share with you the correct description this afternoon for your consideration and approval. The correct description of the project is analysis, coordination, evaluation of alternatives, legal agreements, and documents to create a new regional governance structure for the management and expansion of intermodal station, including regional rail, light rail, intra-city rail, local transit, and multimodal connections associated with the Sacramento Valley Station and its facilities. The remainder of the contract is correct and is valid, and we are just asking you to consider updating that contract with this language for your approval today. And we can answer any questions you might have now.
Thank you, Tim. Madam Clerk, are there any questions or comments from members of the authority?
I see one hand raised from Member Harris.
Go ahead, Member Harris.
Thank you, Chair. As the members, I'm sure, realize, the Sacramento Valley Station is becoming a true regional mobility hub. And this new language about an updated governance structure, I think, is very important. And I appreciate, Tim, you reading this into the record. I'd like to move the item with the amended language.
Thank you, Member Harris. Do we have a second?
Guerra, second.
Excellent. Any other comments from the authority?
I do not see any hand raises from the authority, and there is no public comment at this time for item number 6.
Excellent. Thanks, Madam Clerk. Please call the roll.
Member Desmond?
Aye.
Member Frost?
Aye.
Member Guerra?
Aye.
Harris?
Aye.
Kowalski?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Aye.
Miller?
Aye.
Natoli? Sandoon?
Aye.
Chenier? Avdis?
Aye.
Singh Allen?
Aye.
Spees?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Valenzuela?
Yes.
And Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries with Member Natoli and Member Chenier being absent.
Excellent. Thank you, Tim, and thanks, Madam Clerk. Now we'll move along to item 7, approve decennial review updates. So Sabrina, take it away.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I'm here today to present to the board the staff recommendations of proposed amendments to the Measure A expenditure plan. Per Section 7 of the Measure A implementing ordinance, beginning in 2019 and every 10 years thereafter, the authority shall review and, where necessary, propose amendments to the expenditure plan to meet changing transportation needs. Such review shall consider recommendations from local governments, transportation agencies, interest groups, and the general public. However, given the effort of exploring the potential for a November 2020 transportation sales tax measure, the Governing Board approved Resolution STA 20-0001 in January 2020, continuing the initial 10-year review until a decision was made as to whether or not to place a new measure on the ballot. The authority then approved a plan at its September 2020 meeting to reinitiate the 10-year review process. Starting in November, the authority held a series of 3 public meetings asking for comments on the expenditure plan. The authority received comments from 6 entities, including Caltrans, the City of Elk Grove, City of Sacramento, Sacramento County, the STA Independent Taxpayer Oversight Committee, and a member of the general public. Here are a few overall takeaways from their comments. Due to the overwhelming support by the voters in 2004, maintain percentage allocations in the major categories. However, within the minor categories, expand the eligible expenditures, most notably for bicycles and pedestrians, safety, streetscaping, and education. Allow for flexibility in the capital allocation program for partner agencies to reallocate funds from one Measure A project to another based upon specific requirements. And finally, add an additional 2 committee members from the public at large to the Independent Taxpayer Oversight Committee. The proposed amendments to the expenditure plan are attached in the agenda packet for the board's consideration and approval. The proposed amendments are found in the expenditure plan in red under the Local Arterial Safety and Traffic Operations Improvements Program and the Safety, Streetscaping, Pedestrian, and Bicycle Facilities. Please note the percentage allocations were not altered. Additionally, the City of Sacramento's request to reallocate their capital allocation to best meet their needs are addressed twofold. The $2 million request to fund the exploration of a new management structure to oversee the downtown intermodal station as part of their CIP contracts was just approved in item number 6. And additionally, that in the event that the Richards Boulevard I-5 interchange is determined to not be a feasible project, they asked to reallocate capital funding from that project to a new multimodal bridge over the American River at Truxell Road. These projects are listed currently in the Measure A expenditure plan. And should the need arise, staff will bring the board language to memorialize the request to allow the reallocation of funds from Richards I-5 to the American River Bridge at Truxell. Please also note that these reallocations still maintains the board-approved $37.5 million in targeted capital allocations for the City of Sacramento. And finally, upon review from the General Counsel, staff are advised that the comment from the Independent Taxpayer Oversight Committee was part of Exhibit B, whereas the Decennial Review update was only allowed for Exhibit A, the expenditure plan. Their request was not incorporated to the updated plan, and I will turn over to Counsel for his comments.
Well, sure, that's basically it. Last month, the question was raised, could we expand the membership of the ITALC? And I think last month I said that if you were going to do that, you'd have to do it as part of the decennial review. But yeah, upon further and closer review, the decennial review only allows STA to amend the expenditure plan, whereas the rules regarding membership of the ITALC are part of a separate exhibit to the Measure A ordinance, and there is no authorization to amend that exhibit and those rules regarding ITALC unless you were to go out to a full vote of the public again, which probably is not going to happen. So yeah, the membership of the ITALC will have to remain the same.
Thank you, Counsel. If the board chooses to approve the proposed amendments today, the authority will then notify the Board of Supervisors and City Councils of the amendments. In turn, they shall approve or oppose the amendments and must communicate to the authority within 60 days after the date of notification. Failure to notify the authority of formal action within 60 days after the notice will constitute approval. To be successful, the amendments must be approved by the Board of Supervisors and a majority of the City Councils constituting a majority of the incorporated population. This process will be completed by June 30th as required by Resolution STA 20-0001. Madam Chair, this concludes my staff report.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from members of the authority?
Yes, I see one hand raised from Member Harris.
Great. Go ahead, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Chair. Sabrina, can you clarify for me about the I-5 Richards Boulevard interchange and the possible reallocation to the multimodal bridge at Truxell? Is there specific language in the updates that indicate that, or did you just clarify that it would be brought to the board at a later date if the need arises?
Thank you, Councilmember. It will be brought up to the board at a later date if the need were to arise. Because the American River Bridge is already in the Measure A expenditure plan, we didn't need to add it.
Do you think it wise to just put language in the decennial update just mentioning that should the I-5 Richards Boulevard interchange not be feasible, that it be reallocated, or would that be a separate measure by the board in the future?
We anticipated it being a separate measure in the future. However, if board chooses, we can add it at this time.
Well, that would be my request, just that it be mentioned in the decennial updates. We're uncertain about what's going to happen with the I-5 interchange. And I think that if it was reflected in the decennial review, that it would just kind of give some certainty as to where that money would go.
Okay, thank you. We will draft that language.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I mean, the result will be the same, but I think that if we state it now, there's some surety there that would give the city of Sacramento some peace of mind.
Okay, thank you, Member Harris. Any other members have comments or questions on this item?
No, I do not see any additional raised hands for that item.
And Chair, I would move the item.
Excellent. Do we have a second?
Can you guys hang on a second on the vote? Sorry.
And also, Madam Chair, I would just like to say that we do not have any public comment for item number 7.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Right, they're taking a vote right now.
Yeah, but I think that they're asking that it be put in the expenditure plan, but it's, and she's offered to do that.
Right.
But if
They're
she-
not going to, they're not proposing to continue it right now.
Okay, they're just gonna go ahead and vote.
Yeah, well, the idea is that they'll vote to approve and just trust you guys to add.
Okay. Of course. So sorry, did we have a second on this motion?
I'll second. Desmond.
Second.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, I see a hand raised by Member Frost.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. This is Sue Frost. I was just raising my hand. I was going to second, but they got to it first, which is fine. And I also wanted to add, thank you, Sabrina, for spending a little bit of time with me too. I'm comfortable with the decennial review and the way things came out. One of the big concerns was that, for me, was that we didn't veer from what the voters had already voted on, which I feel comfortable with that. And so I'm looking forward to supporting it. And thanks for the moment in time.
Thanks, Supervisor Frost. So we had a motion from Member Harris and a second from, sorry, Madam Clerk. Did we get a second?
I believe it was Vang. Was that a second from Vang?
I did not second, but I can second.
I'm sorry, who was the second from?
Supervisor Desmond.
Desmond.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Now, Clerk, will you please call the roll on this item?
Yes, Member Desmond?
Aye.
Frost?
Aye.
Guerra?
Aye.
Harris?
Aye.
Kozlowski?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Aye.
Miller?
Aye.
Natoli? Sandhu? Chenier? Avdis?
Aye.
Singh Allen?
Aye.
Spees?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Valenzuela?
Yes.
And Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries with Member Natoli, Sandhu, and Chenier being absent.
Excellent. Thanks, Madam Clerk. Let's now move on to item 8, Smart Growth Incentive Program and SACOG Community Design Grant Update. I'd like to introduce Matt Carpenter, Greg Chu, and Garrett Ballard-Rosa from SACOG, who will present the grant awardees.
All right, thank you. Greg Chu, can you hear me properly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great, thank you. This is Greg Chu. I'm a land use planner at the Sacramento Area Council of Governments, or SACOG. And again, with me today is Matt Carpenter, the Director of Transportation at SACOG, and Garrett Ballard-Rosa. He manages the regional funding program at SACOG. What I'm here today to talk about is the SACOG Community Design Program and how that fits into STA's Smart Growth Incentive Program. Next slide, please. The Community Design Program is one of 3 funding round programs that SACOG does approximately every 2 years. The specific objective of the Community Design Program is to promote the SACOG Blueprint regional plan, and that is by promoting infill, housing options, transportation choice, including bicycle, pedestrian, and transit choices, as well as preserving natural resources and other objectives of the blueprint. The Community Design Program uses state and federal transportation funds and provides that directly to local agencies in the 4-county area, Sacramento, Sutter, Yuba, and Yolo counties. And these local jurisdictions use the monies towards promoting those blueprint principles, and they're mostly in the form of, they're all in public right-of-way or public lands, and they normally come in the form of streetscape improvements, transit improvements, bikeway and pedestrian way improvements. The program has competitive projects whereby local agencies can compete for projects up to $4 million, or they can accept a formula-based non-competitive amount. And depending on the amount that they ask for, they can either ask for state and federal funds, or they can ask for SACOG managed funds, which have a lot more flexibility. Next slide, please. So the program's been in place since 2006. This is our 9th round of funding that we will be going to the board later next week. These are just some examples in each of the Sacramento County jurisdictions of corridors or areas that we have provided funding in the past. Next slide, please. So the question is how does this relate to STA's Measure A Smart Growth Incentive Program? First of all, state and federal funds require a local match, and that's oftentimes where local jurisdictions struggle with. It's coming out with the 11.47% minimum. Has been difficult for jurisdictions on some of these projects, and the STA's Smart Growth Incentive Program, this makes a big difference by providing that match. So it creates a high leverage up to $5.5 million coming from the STA program, would match over $16 million in SACOG's money. With that additional match incentive, then it leads to projects being able to have a lot more flexibility in what they can do and being able to offer some of the project additions that would make the most sense. I'm going to ask Ms. Drago to talk about the next 2 bullets.
Thank you, Greg. So I just want to add a quick few notes. First of all, thank you to SACOG and to the board for approving this pilot program to help utilize our SGIP funds for the Sacramento County voters. This is really exciting, and because of our match, our partner agencies were able to be eligible for a higher percentage of grant dollars. So one thing that Greg mentioned was the $5.5 million allocation that STA set aside. And please note that originally it was allocated that $4 million was for competitive grants and $1.5 million for non-competitive. This split was based upon conversations my predecessor had with our partner agencies based upon the types of grants that they anticipated applying for. However, in reality, the majority of our partner agencies opted to pursue the competitive grants over the non-competitive, and they were greatly rewarded with their efforts. In total, only $45,000 were actually requested from the non-competitive allocations, leaving an additional $1.455 million remaining. This additional funding to the competitive program could increase the community design grant funding that is actually allocated to our partner agencies. And our partner agencies could potentially be ineligible without that. Thank you, Greg.
Okay. Thank you. Next slide, please. So here's just a summary list of the projects that are being recommended before the SACOG board next week. These are the ones in Sacramento County by the Sacramento County jurisdictions. You can see the list here. When we look at the community design program, more than 70% of the funds would be going to Sacramento County jurisdictions themselves. And more than 95% of all the program funds would be going to Sacramento County within projects within Sacramento County. Being the difference is regional transit receives is recommended for awards, project awards that for projects that are physically in Sacramento County. Just to note, both Folsom and Isleton requested non-federal and non-state, non-competitive awards. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Garrett Ballard-Rosa. He is the overall program manager for the regional funding round at SACOG.
Great. Thanks, Greg. As Greg mentioned, my name is Garrett Ballard-Rosa. I just wanted to add a few more additional points on the larger SACOG round to close out this item. First, as Greg mentioned, community design is one of the core programs in the SACOG round, and as board members that also serve on SACOG's board well know, we did present our staff recommendation for the 2021 SACOG funding round through the SACOG committees last week, and we'll be presenting that recommendation for the full SACOG board next week when they would act on community design and the other parts of the SACOG round. I wanted to echo what Executive Director Drago said. For us at the staff level at SACOG, we're just very excited about this pilot with STA, with the ability to leverage Smart Growth Incentive Program dollars with community design. We see such strong synergy between those two programs that are trying to accomplish similar objectives. And not only would this pilot amplify leverage opportunities within the community design program, but what we've seen through the recommended awards is it also leverages other funding opportunities. For example, some of the projects being recommended for funding have also been successful in securing state active transportation or other SACOG funds. So really, this Smart Growth Incentive Program match really helps get these projects completed. So we just wanted to close that again with thanking Executive Director and the STA for the opportunity to present this afternoon. Greg, myself, and our Director of Transportation, Matt Carpenter, are more than happy to answer any questions from members of the authority.
And you can go to the next slide, please.
Great. Thank you very much, SACOG's staff, for this presentation. Are there any comments or questions from the board? This is a non-voting item, but related to some future discussions. So any questions or comments?
I do not see any hand raises by any of the authority members, and we do have one public comment for item number 8.
Excellent. Well, let's go to public comment. Thank you.
Okay, can you please send that caller through, please? Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You're going to have 3 minutes to make your public comment.
And you're going to announce my name, correct?
I'm sorry?
I said you're going to announce my name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see.
Are you or aren't you? That's what I'm getting
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have your name right in front of me. But if you can state your name for the record.
That's what I needed to get clarified. Thank you.
Do you want to state your name for the record?
It is Jeffrey Tartagia.
Okay.
Advocate.
And you can make your public comment?
I'm sorry I can't hear, but I assume you are hearing me. My public comment is an advocate and a transportation interest. You are doing things that are on the DOD, and I would ask that your oversight review what is going on with 65th Street, because it seems like you need to provide a better checklist to determining how funds are allocated and utilized and what would be helpful for TODs. I understand and note this is a pilot project, but having accessibility and having the determining factors, and just simply somebody on the ground to see that access is being properly utilized for construction projects, particularly in a transit-oriented development proposal. I know for Mr. Desmond that the Arden Way is also having a further project going on through there, up to Cottage Way, and I believe down to Northrop. That may not be accurate, but seeing some of the other things going through there, I just ask that maybe you will refer to your tax board, not the full board, but the tax board, to review how these money is being spent and review what procedures are in place so that some best practices can be utilized, or as a pilot project, you develop some best practices to further enhance and encourage people to solicit these fundings, as we have a big offer for infrastructure at the moment. And I'm hoping that somebody at STA is working with Senator Garamendi of the Federal Transportation Board. Again, that's my public comment. Jeff Tartagia, I can't hear you, but I leave this up to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm signing off.
And that concludes your public comment for item number 8.
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Clerk, and thank you, Jeffrey, for calling in. This is a receive and file item, so we will move right along to item 9, approving SACOG Community Design SGIP match. And Ms. Drago, please take it away.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So as was just presented, last year the STA Governing Board approved the strategy for implementing the first phase of funding for the Smart Growth Incentive Program to allow recipient agencies to participate in the current cycle for the SACOG Community Design Grant Program, and it set aside $5.5 million in capital funding for this purpose. During October 2020, the board approved the strategy to allocate $4 million to the competitive program and $1.5 million to the non-competitive applicants. The allocation was based on discussions with partner agencies on how they anticipated applying for the program. However, as previously stated, only one request for $45,000 was asked out of the non-competitive funds, leaving $1.55 million unused. Choosing to reallocate the $1.455 million from the non-competitive fund to the competitive program would create a higher match for partner agencies who were selected. It wouldn't change the overall previously approved total match of $5.5 million. As stated, per the parameters of the Community Design Grant process, agencies must show a local match to be eligible for such funds. By choosing to not reallocate the non-competitive funds to the competitive program could result in lower grant awards for our partner agencies and in some cases remove their eligibility altogether. Staff recommends approving the reallocations so that the partner agencies can fully utilize the SGIP match and receive the maximum award from the Community Design Grant funds. Please also note that this is a pilot program and staff will bring recommendations in the future to formalize and create a permanent policy around this Measure A Smart Growth Incentive Program. Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Excellent. Thank you. Are there any comments or questions from members of the authority?
I do not see any hand raises by any of the members of the authority, and I do not see any public comment for item number 9.
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Clerk. May I request a motion and a second to approve the SACOG Community Design SGIP match?
Miller, so moved.
Thank you.
Kozlowski, second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Hold on.
Yes. Member Desmond?
Aye.
Frost? Frost?
Aye.
Guerra?
Aye.
Harris?
Aye.
Kozlowski?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Aye.
Miller?
Aye.
Natoli? Sandhu? Chenier? Avdis?
Aye.
Singh Allen?
Aye.
Spees?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Valenzuela?
Yes.
And Vang.
Yes.
And your motion carries with Member Natoli, Sandhu, and Chenier being absent.
Great, thank you, everyone. So now we move on to our last item of the day, comments of authority members. Does anyone have any comments they'd like to bring up?
I do not see any hand raises at this time from the authority members.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to say that this is the first time I've ever sat behind a dais or chaired a meeting, and so I want to thank the wonderful crew at STA for helping me not look like I don't know what I'm doing. And so with that, I guess we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great